It's time to learn another comprehension skill, how to compare and contrast. Let's get started. When we compare, we think about how two things are alike or different. In a story, there may be many things to compare: characters, settings, or the way things happen. You might even be asked to compare something between two stories. For example, you might read a story and be asked to compare two of the characters. You might talk about how they compare physically, if they have a similar hair color, if one is taller than the other, or if they are both boys or both girls. You might also compare how they're the same age, if they wear the same kinds of clothes, listen to different music, or visit different places. In this way, you are comparing, or telling how they are alike or different. When we contrast two things, we think only about how they are different or not the same as one another. Both comparing and contrasting require that you think carefully about what you're reading and use clues in the text to gain a deeper understanding of what you're comparing or contrasting. So, for instance, if you read two different stories, you might contrast or show the differences between the main characters of each story. Show how the setting of each story is different, or even show how the outcome of two stories turned out differently. To help practice comparing and contrasting, ask yourself the following questions when reading. How are these two things the same? How are they different? How can I compare the characters in this story? How are these two stories different from each other? It might also be helpful to make a diagram to keep track, like this example. Here, we're comparing the characters Dominic and Oliver. We put things that are the same about them in the middle and what's different on the sides. Remember, to compare means to look at both similarities and differences, but to contrast is to look only at how things are different. Now go play some games for practice.